because I'm thinking about asexual people,
Mm-hmm.
and forgive my ignorance if my understanding of being asexual isn't that you're completely void of
Mm-hmm.
any arousal,
Mm-hmm.
but it may just be very different from people who, homosexual, heterosexual,
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Yeah.
Have you had any experience with asexual people in your work?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And so, I think an important part of this is asexuality is an identity. So it's something that a person may identify with and for themselves, not that a partner puts that on them. Sometimes I see when I'm working with a couple with a sexual desire discrepancy, the partner with lower desire may be wondering about whether they're asexual. And sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. All right. So part of it is a personal exploration around one's own sexuality to discover whether identifying as asexual resonates for them or not. And what that identity encompasses is, I think it's broad. So for some people, what that means is that sex is not salient, that it just doesn't feel important, right? That's pretty common with asexuality, is it's just not that important. Doesn't mean that a person who's asexual can't feel pleasure, though. That it's more about, it just is, there's so many things in life that actually are important and meaningful, and they could be in a loving, connecting relationship with another person and connect with them in a multitude of ways and don't need sex as a way to feel emotionally connected and to feel like they have that special connection with their person. So, but a person who's asexual may feel pleasure, they may not feel pleasure. Also, people who are not asexual may not be connected to pleasure, still aren't asexual, but aren't feeling pleasure, perhaps because they're in anxiety. And so when we're in fear, we're less likely to feel pleasure. Right? There could be physiological reasons too that we're less likely to feel pleasure. So, yeah, it's complex question.